Murphy Gray Hunter, and we are back for Vlogoween day 19. Guys, I didn't think I was going to make it here for a second. I'm hot. I just got home, and it is 7:35. I have to hurry up. I just got home. We've been busy all day. Jade and I had a nail appointment this morning, well, this afternoon. We got up early and we went and ran to the bank and did a few things before, and then we had a nail appointment. And Jade was just going to get hers soaked off. She wasn't going to get any more nails. Jade has her natural nails, and she gets like an overlay on them, so that way they're hard and they don't break. But two of them broke, and she didn't want to get fake nails put on them. So she was like, I'm just going to get all of them soaked off and have my nails cut down, and then I'll let them grow back. And I'm like, okay. So I went first, and you guys know I had my peasant nails, and so I had to get a whole new set. And so she was watching me get my nails, so she's like, okay, I think I want to get my nails done. So our nail tech, we have a private nail tech, which is amazing. If you can get a private nail tech, it's so nice. She has her own spot. You get on, you make an appointment, and we only see her. We don't go to a shop. She has a shop inside of a giant salon building, and there's like barbers and all kinds. It's a salon, so all kinds of people who do beauty things are in there. And she rents a room there, like an office in there. And it's really nice. It's clean. It's air conditioner. It's, you know, it's really, really nice. So we've been going to her almost 2 years now. And so she says, well, I said, well, let me schedule you. And I told her that we were coming back at 5:30 because my husband had a hair appointment. He was going to get his hair cut. He sees Harold the barber. And so so she goes, you can come back when your dad comes back. So we went back, and when Derek was getting his hair cut, Jade got her nails done. She got hers holographic, like the way I usually get mine. They're all like really cool and like, you know, metallic looking. That's what she got. I got black with a spider web on these nails. This is really simple for me because I never do like a simple style. I always do like glitter and shiny and little bling bling. But my Halloween nails, I'm just so glad because my stubs were not cute. Okay guys, look, here is my handy dandy notebook. Let me show y'all something. My Vlogoween videos. I've been marking them all down. So we are 19. We are almost to the end. Almost. I have another list here of all the ideas of videos that I want to do. But anyway, let me show you the cup of the day. The cup of the day, I thought was fitting because I have spiderweb nails in black and white, and I thought this would be perfect. So this is just a white cup with a big spider and a spiderweb on it. This was from one of an ex-coven member. I like how it has black around here and all white. I'm not a fan of spiders, but she gifted this to me and I thought it was so lovely. Isn't that nice? So this is, like I said, it's hard for me to use this because of the spider, but I'm like, it's not real, it's not real. Oh, I haven't had coffee today either. Oh man, I'm tired. I've been running. Okay. Today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about my book. I ordered a new journal. I know I have 50,000 of them, right? But I ordered a new journal because I'm going to start copying down some stuff in this journal. Now, I've been doing this thing for my daughters, and I do it in spirals like this. I have a lot of these spirals, just like these spirals that I write in. And what the ongoing book has been called Thoughts for My Daughters. So this book consists of my writing, and all these journals consists of, let's just say, for example, something happened to me today, like the other day when Jay and I almost were in that horrible car accident. And thank you all so much, everybody who was so concerned and said that they were so glad that everything turned out to be okay. Thank y'all so much. You know, I appreciate that. But say in that car accident, say something horribly happened to me, like something horribly tragic happened to me. What if I died? Okay, so for the reason why I'm writing this book, Thoughts for My Daughters, is because if something horrible happens to me, there are things that I want to tell my daughters that I just haven't told them. Or there are things like Jade's only 11. What if something happened to me and I wasn't around when she had her first baby? What would my thoughts be to her? What would my advice be to her? What would I say? Or when she had her first true love, or when she gets married, or any of my daughters, like my other two daughters have children, how I felt when they had kids, the good things, the bad things about their father, when and how I met him, and things like that, like what it was like when I was going to school, my first love, my first kiss, my first date, what I was experiencing when I got pregnant with them. These are things that you just don't talk to your kids about on a normal day. And so I did Thoughts for My Daughter because there are so many things that I wish I would have asked my mother or asked my father. And now, sorry, y'all went on a ride. Now both sets of my grandparents have died. My mother, my father are both dead. And so it's like, there isn't anybody else to ask these certain things. Like, I don't know what my mom thought about when she got pregnant with me. Like, what were her thoughts when she found out she was pregnant with me? What were her thoughts when she first saw me? Things like that. Like, just, I want to know how she met my father. I want to know, how he proposed to her. These are just things that I wish I would have known from my own mother. And like I said, my mom told me some things about her when she was a kid that I find so interesting. Even some of the gross things. Like when she tells me, like, she says, when we were young, my father would go outside and he would milk the cow. And she says, my sister, she loved to take a cup outside to the barn so my grandfather could fill up fresh milk from out of the cow straight into the cup. And she loved it because it was still warm. Gross. I'm like, there are some things I don't need to know. But it's just things like that, or how she told me how, she told me about how my maternal grandparents met, her parents. It's just little things here and there that my mom shared with me. And I just wish that I would have taken the time to ask more questions. And my mom died, and there's just so many questions that I still have left to ask, but it's too late now. So, and then too, with my whole journey of, trying to get my grandmother's spell book, that was another reason why it was so important to me, because I've been working on this book for my daughters for years. I've been doing this for years. And you guys know, I can talk. So you can imagine how much I write. So I've been doing this for a long time. And that's another reason why getting my grandmother's book has been so important to me, because I've been doing this for my daughters, and I want to have a little piece of my family's legacy as well. So, it was very sentimental to me to have it. Not just because it was my grandmother's spell book, but because it was a piece of my family that I wish I could have. And now, whether it had been for my witchy grandmother or my maternal grandmother, or my grandfather, or some, even a journal my father might have written, or my mother. It would have been amazing to have that. But, you know, I don't. So it makes me feel like an orphan at times, because I don't have anything left. I don't have nothing. And so doing this has been such an important thing for me. But I think now it's time for me to start rewriting these things into a book. And so I bought this book. Let me show y'all. I ordered this from Amazon. Isn't this nice? It's a leather book. And me being vegan, yes, I know I shouldn't have bought it. But honestly, I didn't think this was real leather. I guess I didn't read it all the way through. But, again, I am more concerned about having something for my daughters that are going to be long lasting, that they're going to be able to keep for a long time and not fall apart, and something that they can pass down to their children, to have something from me. It's something that I want to leave behind, just like with my books of shadows. But I bought this from Amazon for $40. They have a bigger one. This one is a 9 by, I think this is a 9 by 10. I think that's the measurement that it was. 9 by 10. I think it's a 9 by 10 or 9 by 6. I think a 9 by 6. I can't really remember. But anyway, this was $40. If you type up journals, you know, or leather journals, this one should pop up. $39.99. And look at the pages. So it has this little flap. And the pages are very, very soft. I love the way they look. Like I said, it's a very soft book. I'm really going to enjoy writing in this book for my kids. So what I do with every book that I write in, I go to the very back of the page and I have one designated page. This will be my designated page. And I use this last page in here to write with markers, pens, to see if it's going to bleed through or if it's going to bleed on the pages before I actually start using that pen to write. Because I don't, you know how some papers, they bleed, or they bleed through, or they smear. So whenever you buy a book that you're not sure of the paper, take the back sheet and use it as your test. So at the very end, when you're done, you can either do two things. You can tear this page out, or you can use it and you can like glue pictures over where you wrote. And so that's probably what's going to be done here, because while writing in this book, I'm going to put pictures in here also. I'm going to print out several pictures. Some of them will be actual original pictures, and some will be print out pictures, and they will be in here. So let's just say, for example, I have one of my favorite memories of me and my maternal grandmother. And I have a picture of that where she and I are hunting for Easter eggs. I was very close to my maternal grandmother as well. And she was in a solid purple suit. I remember a solid purple suit. And I was hunting eggs. I was small. I had my pumpkin. I had my basket. And we were hunting eggs together. And I remember having so much fun with her that day. Anyway, I want to write about that experience, and I'll put in the picture in here. I have a picture of my mother, one of my favorite pictures of my mother. She's just sitting on her front porch, and she was young, and she's sitting on her front porch, and she had really long black hair, and she had her hair like half up, half down, kind of like how I wear my hair sometimes, except my mom used to put curls in her hair, and she had this big, like, she would make like a big poof right here, and she was just wearing it back, and she was just sitting there wearing a pair of jeans and a shirt, and she was so beautiful, and I just love that picture of her. So that will be in here, and along with pictures of like through ancestry.com and through my own research of asking relatives, I have so many photos of like great grandparents, great uncles to my kids, just a lot of old photos that I'm going to print out and I'm going to put in here. And so I'll write what I know about them and on and on. And so in my thoughts for my daughters, I also have things in there, like I have 6 brothers. Okay, so 6 brothers and 1 sister. So in there, I have things that I wrote about each of my brothers, my relationship with my brothers then, growing up, and what my relationship is with my brothers to this day. The good things, the bad things, in my opinion, that I've had, you know, with my brothers, what I think of them as a grown man, fathers, husbands, things that they've done, good and bad. I have things on my sister, like I said, my mother, my father, grandparents, just relatives, because just like my kids have heard stories about my grandmother and things like that. I just want them to, I want to have them written down so they can remember them and then pass it on to their children, and just help build our family history, you know, because we don't have that. I think it's a very nice gift to leave to your children. Like I said, I've been working on these books for several years. I say several years. I mean, I've been working on these books for like maybe 10 years now. 13 years. I've been doing this for 13 years, writing in books. And I don't write in it every single day. I don't write in these spirals every day, but I'm going to need more. Yes, I know y'all probably think, you're going to need more. I'm going to need more. I'll probably fill up, I don't know, maybe about 4 of these books, just offhand thinking, and I'll keep writing. I'll keep writing till I can't write anymore. And some things aren't about memories. Some things aren't about personal letters to my kids. Some things are just about how I feel about certain things in the world, how I feel, why I'm so passionate about being vegan, why I'm so passionate about certain things in my life, or certain friends that have come into my life, or just people in general, how they have affected me in a positive or a negative way. Things that I've learned, you know, it's kind of like a big journal, big diary, but I'm leaving it to my kids. And in that, like I said, I'm sorry, I keep switching my hair from front to back because I get hot. My hair is like a blanket on my back. My scrunchie is downstairs, so I'm going to keep doing that, or I'm going to get the scissors and just clink. I'm like, whoopsie, I was having a Britney moment. But anyway, so if you have children, I think it's really nice to do. You don't have to put it in a fancy thing like this. You can write it in a spiral, as long as you leave something. I'm just ready to start. When I said when I turned 50, I was going to start doing this, and I turned 50 this last August. So now is the time to start doing it. Just because you never know. And from almost crashing, that was such a close call the other day. I'm just like, there are certain things that, you know, just makes me realize that you can be here today and gone tomorrow, just like that. And so I just want to leave stuff, and you know, and the good and the bad things of people, like people that have been important to me in my life and into my girl's life, and what I thought when I found out I was pregnant with them, what I thought when I first saw them, why I ended up having C-sections with all of my children, you know, any kind of like conditions with me, like everything. Think about everything that I've told y'all. Let's just like times like 200. There's so many things in these spirals. I mean, when I tell you I have I have a lot of these. I have a whole, you know, those big old Tupperwares. Okay, let me show y'all. You see that down there? See that big Tupperware right there? That big blue one? That? that big blue one underneath there, that is filled. It's filled with these that I write, and when it gets full, I throw it in there. And now it's not in any order either. It's not in any order, so you don't have to. At least I'm not going to. I'm not going to do it like, because I started thinking, how would I do these books? Do I do one book for just my girls, like one for each, or do I do this all for my mother, my father, my grandparents? Do I, you know, I was trying to figure out how to organize it. That's the Virgo in me, right? But I'm not doing it that way. I'm just going to write in here just whatever I feel like writing that day. Like, I'm going to go according to my books. I'm just going to write in them. And because I'm not going to put it in any kind of order, because I don't know, that would take forever for me to put it in order. And what if I completed this whole book and then there's like, I'm over here to, like, let's just say I'm over here in my 30s, and then I find something that was when I was 10. You know, it's not going to make sense, and it's going to drive me insane. So if I just put it wherever, then that makes my life so much easier. But yeah, I'm super excited to start writing in these books. I'm going to go ahead and probably order me another one in a couple of weeks. And then I'll probably every 2 weeks, I'll order another one. That way they can all be the same. So they can all be uniform together. And I'll label them. Thoughts for my daughter. You know, Thoughts for my daughters, book 1. And that's what I call my book. Thoughts for my daughters. And like I said, I know they're more than just thoughts, because a lot of them are memories and just random thoughts that go through my head, and just what I feel about what's going on with them right now. You know, sometimes there are things that, think about, like if you have kids and if you have grown kids, think about, have you told your grown kids like how you met their father or their mother? Have you told them what attracted them, you to them, where the first place you saw them, what your first date was, what your first fight was, if you're still with them, or if you're not, what happened, things that scare you. There's so many things. So I would suggest, if you're going to write something like this and you don't know where to get started, just take a regular little spiral like this and start writing. Just write on here memories, right? Number 1. And then just think about something, like I said, Easter with my grandmother, my witchy grandmother. That's a lot. My grandfather, my paternal grandfather. I have information and photos of my great grandfather from Germany, in the village he was from. Just everything you can think of. It could even be something as simple as last Mother's Day or my 30th birthday. Because I'm telling you, it may seem simple, but to somebody like me who doesn't have a mother anymore, those words can mean so much. I have little things that my mother has written, like cards. When I'm going through stuff and I see a card my mother has given me, I look at that and I see her handwriting, and it's just like, it touches me, because I don't have anything. Like, I do have one thing that my mother did for us. Before the Christmas before she died, she printed out a photo of us when we were little, and she wrote something special, handwritten, to each of us about what we mean to her. And so I have that. And in there, she just talks about how proud she is of me and the person that the woman that I've grown up to be. And so that is very special to me. So that's in a frame. But maybe later on, I may fold it up and put it in one of these books. So it's just things like that I can pass on. And so I just wanted to share this idea with you. I think everyone should do this. I think if you don't have any children, maybe leave it for your significant other, or leave it for your brother or your sister or your best friend. Someone you want to leave your mark behind. your thoughts behind. But anyway, all right, guys. So, oh, I was gonna tell you, this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures in here. See, this is a good sized book for $40, guys. And this was the smallest of the books, because they do have a bigger one. But because I buy those books from Charming Bear, y'all seen those books from Charming Bear that I buy? If you have a book from Charming Bear, that's what this book feels like. It's soft, and the paper's soft. But I like the way this looks, like for this purpose, because this is going to be a journal that I'm leaving behind for my kids. But like I said, it'll be a few of them. But anyway, all right. I hope y'all like this idea. I hope some of y'all are already doing this. If not, I hope some of you guys jump on it and start doing this for your kids or for someone. You have to have somebody who loves you that you want to leave something for. I just think it's great. Alrighty, I'm going to go now. We're going to make trash and we're going to watch movies downstairs. Time to put on my stretchy pants and pull out the snacks. All right, guys. As always, love y'all and blessed be. Bye.